Good afternoon, ladies. Welcome to Netzach week. Today is Netzach Netzach, which means we've hit the halfway point, which means if we've made it this far, we're doing great. But don't be surprised if the Yetzer Hara really tries to trip you up going forward, because now we're at the hurdle point, the kick-in point of our endurance. And the only way to make it to the finish line, so to speak, again, what are we aiming for? We're aiming for Ein Od Milvado. We're aiming for the ultimate Sinai experience, to actualize our Sinai vision, which is there's nothing but Hashem. Hashem is right here, right now. I want to bring that truth, that reality into every moment of my life. That's what it means. Har Sinai is that Hashem opened up the seven Rakiyas, and he said, Ataharata, Moshe Rabbeinu was recounting to the Jewish people, Ataharata Ladas, you were shown to know, we were there. We were all there. Hashem Hu Elokim Ein Od Milvado. It's inside of us. If we all stood there. The neshama has this experience inside of us. I want to be real with that experience. I want to bring Hashem's truth, reality into every moment of my being, of my experience, every conversation, of every interaction, of everything that I'm doing. That's what it means to live with Shavuos as my end goal. So, having said that, how are we going to push forward? How are we going to use our right leg to thrust ourselves in the most intense way? Because now we've got to dig deep. Now we've got to really be totally in with this mission of bringing Hashem more fully into our lives. Because Netzach is about Amunah. Remember, the Zohar says our Amunah is rooted in Netzach. So I gotta get real. I gotta get real. If I haven't been real with this up until now, today we need to be real. So taking what I said yesterday, we're going to bring it into practice. Because again, Amunah is from the word L'hitamin, which means to practice, which means to exercise. This is a muscle, ladies. We have to exercise our muscle of Amunah. So how does this work? We said yesterday, right? Shivisi Lashon Hishtabus. So that means today, I want you, again, for 5 minutes to repeat what you did yesterday. Get into a quiet place, preferably where nobody's around, and just repeat to yourself. And again, it can be in Hebrew, it can be in English, but something that's going to really help you hone in to the truth that Hashem is really right here, right now. For me, I use Shivisi Hashem Lanegdi Tamid, and I have a whole 10-page article that explains why this pasuk is so powerful. I can't possibly explain it in 5 minutes. But if you go on my website, goddirecttorah.com, you can see that whole explanation. For now, take my word for it. It's an extremely powerful pasuk from Tehillim. Shivisi Hashem Lanegdi Tamid, or Hashem is right here, right now. Hashem is right here, right now. And the beautiful thing about this exercise is it doesn't really matter what level of observance you are. If you're Jewish, then you stood at Har Sinai, and your soul will light up with this avoda. I guarantee it. So if you want to do it in English, you want to do it in Hebrew, there's a power to saying things in Lashon HaKodesh, but for this purposes of today's exercise, it doesn't really matter. Hashem is right here, right now. Shivisi Hashem Lanegdi Tamid. And if you do that over and over and over again, what's going to begin to happen is, as Victor Miller Zatzal describes, he calls it auto-suggestion. You're going to actually begin to rewire your brain so that every time you say Hashem is right here, right now, or Ein Od Milvado, that also works, or Shivisi Hashem Lanegdi Tamid, or Hashem, I know you love me. Whatever works for you, this really should be as personal as it can be. But if you get yourself into the habit of just bringing yourself into this calm, Hishtadlus HaNefesh place, and then saying out loud, Ki hamanti ki adaber, my speech will reinforce my emunah, and you're saying it out loud over and over and over again. Shivisi Hashem Lanegdi Tamid. Hashem is right here, right now. Hashem, I know that you love me. Yeah, and you say that over and over and over again. So now, what's the Netzach? That was yesterday. That was balance. That was Tifer Netzach. So what's the Netzach Netzach? How can I activate this space on a dime? Right? It's great to feel all calm and at peace when there's nobody around. But what do I do when my kids all come home for lunch and they start running around the dining room table, or even worse, bedtime? Right? So I had an amazing teacher who said to me the most profound thing that any teacher had ever said to me in my whole life. When I was really struggling, I was struggling with my temper, I was struggling with whatever. Nobody could push my buttons like my children. And I would say, okay, kids, bedtime, no. And I go, ah, like, what do you mean you're not listening to me? And I would absolutely fly off the handle. And I don't know if any of you, women out there have ever experienced this challenge, but there was nothing that could trigger my temper more than my children. So, and it was killing me. It was killing my relationship with my kids. It was the media. I could not get control of it until this amazing woman said to me, "Did you ever try bringing Hashem into bedtime?" I thought she was a little nutso, but one day, I just, as Orit said last week, just do it. I just did it. And my kids were running around the dining room table as they invariably would do. And I'm trying to get them into bed and nothing's working. And I'm feeling that like rage start to build inside of me, like I'm really about to pop. And instead I just closed my eyes and I took a deep breath and said, Shivisi. Hashem Lenegdi Tami. Shivisi. I said it again. Hashem Lenegdi Tami. Shivisi Hashem Lenegdi Tami. And the most unbelievable thing happened. The kids calmed down and they just walked out of the room and got into pajamas and started getting ready for bed. And it didn't just happen once. This actually happened for many, many, many years. Until it really got to the point where I didn't yell at my kids anymore. They didn't trigger me anymore. My temper was, I mean, I can't say I never ever get angry, but to the degree that it was before, I finally got control over a Mita that was absolutely wrecking my life and wrecking my family. And it wasn't anything I did, except one thing, which was to bring Hashem into the scene with me, exactly as my teacher said. And the truth is, Rav Ginsburg, when he's describing Netzach Netzach in this beautiful little book, which I highly recommend you get, so he says this exact idea, which is all of the challenges that we encounter, right? Anytime we have, as he calls it, pogshim, right? A challenge with any particular situation. So he calls it hem kriya me'et Hashem lakum velizom. Right? Anytime we bump up against whatever resistance, whether it be with our kids, with our husband, with our neighbors, with whatever situation Hashem is putting us in, what is it? It's a kriya. It's a call from Hashem to get up and to initiate. Lakum velazum. Right? I want to actually say it in the words of another beautiful sefer, which if you've never seen this sefer, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. This is my Torah, so to speak, from Rabbi Itamar Schwartz. This is the translation of Bilbavi Mishkan Evnei, in English, Building a Sanctuary in the Heart, Manual for the Development of a Personal and Intimate Relationship with Hashem. So he says it really, really right on. He says, the way to correct any flaw, right, in one's character traits, which is again what we're working on this whole 49-day period, we're trying to get a handle on our midos, right? So the way to correct any flaw in one's character traits and give it a proper balance is through bringing Hashem into the picture. That is to say, if Hashem is included in the process in an appropriate manner, the matter in question will become properly rectified. When Hashem is truly present at the heart of a matter, it will perforce be corrected and ultimately perfected. A person's entire avoda, therefore, is to bring Hashem into the picture. A person's entire avoda, therefore, is to bring Hashem into the picture. So whatever works for you, try it out, right? This is the day where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. You find yourself in an unconscious state. Again, whenever we're unconscious, what does it mean to be unconscious? It means I've completely lost track of the truth that Hashem is right here, right now. So whenever I'm in that state, I'm reactive, right? So if I want to be proactive instead of reactive, then I need to bring myself into this place of Hishtadlus HaNefesh. How do I do it? Calm down, spend those few minutes in the morning, say whatever will trigger you and bring you back into that place. Hashem is right here, right now. Shivisi Hashem Lenegdi Tamid, so that when the test comes, it's a kriya mi Hashem. Shivisi. Hashem Lenegdi Tamid. Hashem, you're right here. You're right here, right now. I can handle this situation. You can help me put my kids to bed. I'm not alone in this. You're the one orchestrating this whole scene. Why? Why are my kids running around the dining room table right now? Because I forgot. Because I forgot the truth that Hashem is right here, right now. And as soon as I remember, okay, scene can shift. You did it. You did it, Deborah Yaffa. You brought me into the picture, and now we can move on to something else. Rabbi Nachman says the difference between Galus and Geula is when I forget that Hashem is right here, right now, I'm in Galus. When I remember, every time that I remember that Hashem is right here, right now, I'm in Geula, right? I'm having a taste of Geula. So that's what we really want to do. Starting today, we want to bring this into our moment-to-moment, every interaction that we have, every conversation, to just try to remember the truth of Hashem is right here, right now. Shivisi. Hashem Lenegdi Tamid. Oh, hi there. Hashem Lenegdi Tamid. You're right here, right now. All is good. Hashem loves me. Everything is going to be fine. I can deal with whatever situation I'm being put in front of because Hashem is right here, right now. The more we're real with that, the more we integrate that, the more we can live with that, tachlis in real time, and I can flick that switch on a dime. That's geula. That's harata ladas ki Hashem hu Elokim eino novado. So try it out for yourself, and may we all be blessed with a glorious and victorious day.